What's going on, MMA fans? Thus, the return of MMA Corner. Man, did I miss doing these videos. So, we're going to start from the beginning and work our way back up and hopefully get a couple of these going again. And I'm going to do these every week like I used to do. And these are great videos. Just for those of you that are new and haven't seen me do these before, the idea behind this is at the end of this video, send me some topics, some suggestions, something you want me to talk about. I do these videos to get in touch with my subscribers, my video watchers, and just to really talk about MMA and talk about some of the things that you don't get to hear me talk about on these videos that I do on predictions and other things. So, 3 topics I'm going to run over today. The first one, I got to keep my promise to Kellum634 and talk about who do I think Dana White is more in love with. I can't remember. I think he asked me Chuck Liddell and it's gonna kill me now. I can't remember. Let me look real quick on this video that he commented on. I believe it's this one. Give me just a second. Alright, that's right. Chuck Liddell or Matt Hughes. Who is Dana more in league with, and more interested in, more attached to? And Dana really hasn't. And when I think about this and I look at what has Dana done for Matt Hughes and what has Dana done for Chuck, and Dana went to Pride when Rampage and Chuck fought at one of the, I think it was a Shockwave event or a Final Conflict. My head is just so out of it today. But I think Dana is more partial to Chuck because Chuck really helped build the UFC. He helped build the brand. He helped build what Dana calls his version of MMA, which one of these MMA Corner videos you'll get to hear my my distaste towards Dana White, but most of you already know that. But Matt's on the way out, and this fight with Thiago Alves is going to be either resurrection, which really it isn't a resurrection for Matt Hughes. Matt Hughes, I think, is one-dimensional, and he hasn't, it just shows in his fights that he's not the dominant wrestler anymore. You've got guys that are more athletic than him now, and, a perfect example, George St. Pierre, GSP. I mean, that's what happens. So, I think Chuck is more in Dana's good graces than I think Matt is. So, the next topic I was going to talk about, and I'll try to keep this short because if I go on and on about this, I'm going to rant and rave, and it'll go on and on and on. But the UFC throwing talent away. Just here in the last couple months, you've seen Tim Sylvia leave, and his distaste with the organization, with Dana White, with the Fertittas, letting Dana White know that you mistreated me, you've not promoted me right, you've tried to restrict me from being able to go out and try to find the best fights possible, and then he runs out and now he's on the affliction card with Fedor. Same thing with Andrei Arlovski. Andrei Arlovski right now is really talking it up with Elite XC, talking it up with Dream. It's the UFC is really just, it seems now they're getting into what Pride used to do with these type of, these freak show type of fighters. And you've got Brock Lesnar coming in, and yeah, Brock can be the real deal at some point. But, you're giving him a fight. I mean, he's fighting Heath Herring coming up next. I mean, it's the worst possible matchup in the world for Brock Lesnar. Herring is excellent on the ground. He can get out of, takedowns. Look at what he did against Nogueira the third time around, and against Big Nog. And you're paying a guy that has only had one professional mixed martial arts fight, well, two if you count Frank Mir, more money than you're paying your top heavyweights. You're going to run into some problems there. And if mismanagement keeps happening in that division, and even in the UFC in general with who you're signing, you don't bring in guys like Joaquim Hellboy Hansen that were trying to get into the UFC, you're going to run into some serious problems. You got guys like Hayato Maha Sakurai that wanted to fight at 170, and you mismanage that deal. You got the Fedor crap that happened. You got the Randy Couture crap going on. So do you see the pattern here? There's problems with management in the UFC, and I think that it shows. It shows in what the fighters are that are in that organization, and it shows in the mismanagement of how Dana talks to people, how he treats people. And I sit here, and as much as I dislike Tito Ortiz, and I sat here the other night when I watched the press conference after 84, Tito whines a lot, and I don't disagree with that. But I'll tell you what, you see some of the shit that Dana White pulls off, and you see some of the shit that goes on in that organization, you really can't blame the guy. That's all I gotta say. So I'll leave that at a kind of at a standstill. So that is my two topics that I'm going to run over. I know this was kind of a short video, but only 10 minutes here on YouTube. They get real anal about that. So give me some ideas, give me some comments, give me some things you want me to talk about. Let me know what it is that you're interested in, and I'll try to cover it in an MMA Corner video. And I know that Liverpool 619 was asking about rankings, and I'll probably do some ranking videos as well. I'll get those done maybe into the next week. So again, leave me some ideas for my next MMA Corner video. And on that note, you guys, have a great day.